Concerts, restaurants, nightlife are on the way.
It's really here, guys. I know for a long time everybody said, what's going to happen? Is it really real?
We are getting an inside look at the Irving Music Factory, see some of the attractions under construction, and find out when they could open.
She has some injuries, look like some bite wounds, but we've fixed her up.
It can be a hard life for strays on the streets. We have the 4 biggest things you can do to keep your pet safe.
So it's just a way to help give back to the community, give back to the environment.
New trees are in place at several Irving campuses. Find out about the lessons they hope will take root with the trees. Plus the colorful improvements at a local basketball court, the latest addition to service at DFW Airport, and where people are writing love notes to Irving. This is City Source. New numbers reveal how Irving hotels compare to the rest of Texas. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. That story is coming up later, but first, we got an inside look at the construction underway at the Irving Music Factory. The complex of restaurants and night spots, along with a state-of-the-art live music venue, is expected to open this fall. This preview is part of our special series of reports, Investing in Our Future. All of this work on ground level and high above is leading up to this. The Irving Music Factory.
The Music Factory is a one-stop destination for food, beverage, and entertainment for everyone.
This is what we refer to as our Building A2.
Construction firm Skanska and developer The Art Group led this media tour of the venue the city of Irving owns. It's between State Highway 114 and the Irving Convention Center. The goal is to let people see the progress and ease lingering doubts they still hear.
It's really here, guys. I know for a long time everybody said, well, is it really going to happen? Is it really real?
On just about all of the conceptual images we have seen so far, the center plaza stands out. And on this tour, we can see how it's coming together.
It's about 50,000 square feet. The foundation immediately behind me is for the outdoor stage. And then as you can see, you've got the Jam House on the opposite end of the plaza. And all the restaurant venues have a lot of patios.
Those restaurants, along with other spots, are in the surrounding buildings.
This is Yard House, Gloria's, and Kabuki Sushi. The entire second floor is all reserved for Alamo Draft House. And then over here, this is our building C1. We've got the Martini Bar, Bar Social, Cecil's.
This structure will have retail topped by a 6th-floor parking garage and 4-story office tower. As our tour moves ahead, so we're getting right up to the point that everyone's going to be looking at, right?
Yes, this is the highlight of the entire project.
It's a 4,000-seat enclosed amphitheater that developers say will draw top musical acts.
So how cool is it to have a stage of that magnitude and that size, but you get to be essentially twice as close as you would be in any 20,000-seat venue. Sight lines throughout the entire facility have been carefully figured out and thought through.
And on top of these platforms will be walls that can raise to open up the venue to the outside.
Where we're actually standing now, there will be a walkway pavilion, and then the lawn seating will end up coming up back behind us for another 4,000 seats.
The Art Group has modest expectations of about 65 events a year in this concert venue, but that number is expected to grow.
The facility is getting a lot of national attention from the concert promotion business.
With construction progressing, soon the official marketing will begin, along with the announcement of the first performers. In the meantime, there is plenty of work to watch, with the hope that visitors will follow.
This is a great amenity that we've needed to be able to share with our existing businesses as well as our residents in Irving.
One of the things we always hear from our business community is we need more options for entertainment and things to do, especially after hours. The Music Factory is going to be able to provide those options and those opportunities.
The strong surrounding business community and high number of business travelers make Irving attractive to the Art Group.
When you build a 8,000-seat concert hall by the biggest concert promoter on planet Earth, and you couple that with an 8-screen movie theater and 25 restaurants and entertainment venues, it'll typically work in your backyard or my backyard or whomever's backyard on Friday and Saturday night. The question becomes, how do you fill Monday through Thursday? Where does the weekday traffic come from? And the beauty in Irving is you've just got a monster weekday population coming in for all this office. And so that's really what, to us, makes the site really special.
Promoter Live Nation is booking acts for Labor Day weekend, the planned opening of the Irving Music Factory. The Art Group believes then the sound of live music will drown out any doubters.
Well, guys, have a look around. it's really here. And in another 9 months, you'll hopefully come join us and have some food and beverage and see some good music, see a great movie, and enjoy the Music Factory here in Irving, Texas.
There is work in other parts of the city as well. At Lively Park, check out this colorful new basketball court. We were there as crews installed the finishing touches. It replaces one that was several decades old. The Irving Parks Department says this new court is larger than the one it replaces and features new benches along the sides. That's in addition to the eye-catching color scheme. That was an idea from the Parks and Capital Improvement teams to help the young people who play there develop pride in the facility. Lively Park is located in the 900 block of North O'Connor Road. And here's a look at work underway at Center Park. Crews there are installing a new playground. When we stopped by, we could see that the old playground was torn out and workers are improving the drainage before installing the new equipment. Here is an idea of what it could look like when it's complete. The colorful gear includes pieces such as the Sky Runner, a step climber, and more. There's also a canopy to provide sun protection over part of the playground. Community Development Block Grant funds are paying for these new structures. The playground is expected to reopen with all of the new features around the end of February. Residents are invited to meet the top candidates for Irving Police Chief. They will be at a community reception on Wednesday, February 22nd at the Irving Convention Center. The event runs from 7 until 9 p.m. Over several days that week, the candidates will also be meeting with city council members and other local leaders. A decision on the next police chief could come by the end of March. The opening came after Chief Larry Boyd retired in December. Most pet owners would be heartbroken if their beloved animal got away. But Irving Animal Services says it happens often. That's why the team there has a campaign that includes several valuable tips. Irving Animal Services Officer Tina Shanahan is on her way to an all-too-common type of call, a stray animal.
So what's going on?
I seen the dog when I was walking my dog.
Yeah.
You can see this dog is tough to get to, but Shanahan and her colleagues draw on their experience and patience.
Hi, puppy.
He is soon out, but clearly scared, and this whole ordeal could have been avoided pretty easily.
So now we're going to scan the dog to see if it has a microchip. Hopefully it does.
A microchip would instantly identify the owner of the dog, and the pet could go straight home. But in this case, the scan reveals...
No, it sure doesn't.
With no ID, he will be heading to the Irving Animal Shelter. It's a scenario with strays repeated more often than most people would imagine.
In 2015, we picked up over 4,000, and so it's quite an issue, and our officers are out there every day picking them up.
Hi, Christy.
An animal services officer picked up Chrissy in University Hills.
She has some injuries, look like some bite wounds, but we've fixed her up.
The large number of cases like Chrissy's has prompted Irving Animal Services to launch a campaign called SOS.
SOS stands for Strays Off the Streets, and it is really intended to help engage the community to help us make sure that we keep dogs home and safe with their families.
Animal services officers are going door to door, working to reach every home in the city with information on keeping their pets safe.
Just some general information.
That information includes making sure your pet has proper identification. The Animal Care Campus sells inexpensive tags, but microchips are the best bet because they can't fall off. They're nearly painless.
If she would have had a microchip, we could have saved the whole step of even coming to the shelter. We could have gotten her immediately right home.
Another key message is keeping your pet contained in your house or fenced yard. It's the law for both dogs and cats.
Some cat owners have trouble keeping their cats indoors, but really it boils down to trying to keep their pets safe. So over 1,000 animals in 2015 were picked up deceased, and that is a big deal, and a lot of those animals are cats.
There is a leash law, yes. You have to have your pet contained at all times, whether on a leash or behind a fence.
To help keep your pet from roaming, spaying or neutering can help. Take Chrissy, for example.
She came in not spayed, so a lot of our animals that we have in the shelter have come in unaltered. That's a reason for wanting to roam, it's to find a mate.
Also, get to know the Irving Animal Care Campus. Most strays ending up here never get back to their original home.
Sometimes I think it's because owners don't know where to look. Our return to owner rate for dogs for 2015 was 37%, and the return to owner rate for cats is only 1%.
This is our net.
Animal services officers have a lot of tools to help capture stray dogs.
It's called a catch pole.
We got a look at a few of them.
This is called a snappy snare. When a dog's running, it'll run through this loop here, and you release it, and This will go around its neck.
Officers do their best to respond, but they say it would be safer for both people and pets if everyone followed both the laws and tips for responsible pet ownership. Then officers could avoid encountering pets gone loose, now injured or even dead.
Yeah, that's the hard part, having to pick them up. Any animal that we pick up, whether alive or deceased, we scan. And it's hard when you scan that deceased animal and you get a microchip number. Now you're going to have to make that call to the mom and dad saying, you've just lost your baby. That's hard.
But proper pet identification can lead to big relief.
Once they're here and they have a microchip or ID that traces back to an owner, and we reach out to those owners, there's lots of happy tears and lots of happy reunions.
When Chrissy got out, she clearly endured some tough times.
Hungry, scared, and obviously something has gotten a hold of her, some sort of probably wildlife.
Her story ends happily. She's now in a new home. A success story that could have ended much differently.
The ultimate goal for all of this is to get these animals home safe with their families where they belong.
Find out a lot more about animal services on our current edition of ICTN's talk show, Open Line. Catch it on our cable channels or at youtube.com/The City of Irving. And our March edition of Open Line will be on location at the Elise Walker Outdoor Learning Center. It, along with 2 other campuses, just got a donation and we stopped by to see it happen.
So we're here today because TXU and Texas Trees Foundation donated trees to the Elise Walker Outdoor Learning Center.
We just absolutely love giving back to the community and helping provide education, so what not a better way than have a tree that lives many, many years.
So the kids will be coming out here, 5th graders and 2nd graders.
I hope they can understand the benefits that trees provide, whether it's shade or removing pollutants from the air or providing food and fruit to the people around here.
It adds a new layer we teach about the ecosystems and everything that's in the food chain and food web.
Unfortunately, we're not here at a very nice time when it's lush and green, but give it a little bit of time and then watch it bloom.
The response has been overwhelmingly wonderful. These kids love being outside. They love the programs and activities that we have for them out here.
Historically, we had to bus the kids out to Louisville, and it would take a whole day to get them out there and back. And now we have this beautiful facility right here that we share with North Lake, where our kids can collaborate and learn about nature and science.
One of our mottos here is the more you look, the more you see. So if you can just be still in the moment and look in one spot, you're going to see lots and lots of new cool things.
We're hoping when they see these fruit trees, when they see the bees pollinate, that it creates that full cycle in their head, and number 1, teaches them about sustainability and why it's so important to take care of the environment. And number 2, teaches them healthy eating.
We're going to have fruit in our garden.
It's just a way to help give back to the community, give back to the environment, and then just the added benefits that trees bring to local communities.
And again, we'll have more on the Outdoor Learning Center and other environmental initiatives across the city of Irving on Open Line. Catch it on March 9th at 1:30 p.m. here on ICTN. In business news, Air Canada has expanded service at DFW International Airport. The airport shared some pictures of the celebration with us. Air Canada is now offering daily nonstop flights from DFW to Vancouver, British Columbia. The planes feature Wi-Fi and in-flight entertainment at each seat. An Air Canada spokesperson says North Texas is a popular destination with Canadians for both business and leisure travel. The airline expects to add flights between DFW and Montreal in May. And in other news from the airport, crews will soon install what's called a cold chain facility. It will give DFW the ability to precisely control warehouse temperatures for shipments of pharmaceuticals, flowers, and fresh foods to destinations worldwide. The airport expects that the new facility will help it increase cargo shipments. Those shipments are already huge business. DFW handles nearly 800 tons of air freight each year. It results in about $19 billion of economic impact to the region. And the latest numbers on the impact of visitors to Irving were announced during a Convention and Visitors Bureau event. We are sharing some of those results and finding out why some believe it's the right time to write a love note to Irving. It's the season for Valentine's, and people here are encouraged to post and read notes with what they love about Irving.
The Irving Arts Center, Texas musicians, the Great Flag Caper.
These longtime residents
I've been here 50 years.
have plenty of other ideas to add.
Because we're a global commercial center that it's always brought people from all over the world here.
We're not an isolated
community. Exactly.
Y'all have the sales pitch down.
Yeah, we do.
It all goes with the theme, living, loving, visiting Irving. This is the Irving Hospitality Industry's annual meeting hosted by the Convention and Visitors Bureau. People are here to get an update on the strength of Irving hotels, restaurants, meetings, and everything else that can bring visitors to Irving and therefore generate spending.
Business is really great right now, so that's a good thing. Even though we're going through renovations, business is really still going.
It's not only at her hotel, it's citywide.
It's just an incredibly strong market.
Convention and Visitors Bureau Executive Director Maura Gast presented numbers showing Irving's citywide hotel occupancy rate is 76%. That beats both the national and state averages. An Irving hotel room costs an average of $102 a night.
That's an exciting thing to see. It's exciting to see our hotels that strong and healthy. It is proof that the corporate economy is healthy, but it's also proof that the weekend economy we're building or working to build here is starting to gain some traction as well.
She attributes some of that growth to the busy convention center. It has about an 85% occupancy rate.
Besting the industry average by a good 15 points or so.
Beyond all the numbers, the goal of this event is to help people see the big picture.
We have so many different parts of the community that we interact with and that the success and strength of our industry touches.
This year's recipient of the Townsville Award is Kathy Wilkins.
The Convention and Visitors Bureau honors some of those making a difference. Among them, HILTI. It moved some of its operations to Irving and holds big meetings here. Meetings that led to the booking of more than 4,000 hotel rooms last year.
I think it's really special what you're doing here in Irving. And I want you to know that and how much we appreciate all the hospitality over here.
The Texas Musicians Museum is generating publicity that can attract people to the city.
We've been picking up the visitation to the museum. We've gotten a lot of travel publications, which has brought people into the museum as well. And people are starting to discover the place, and everybody's like, I didn't know this existed.
We have to be the emotional standard bearers and help carry that message of love out there to our fellow citizens.
The keynote speaker talked about how attractions like that, even smaller ones, can make a big difference in how someone perceives a city. Back on that Valentine theme, Peter Kageyama calls them love notes.
How to create cities that are lovable. A city that grabs you by the heart and refuses to let you go. That's the kind of city I want to live in. It's the kind of city you want to live in. It's the kind of city ultimately we have to build together.
The creative side of me was really percolating when he was talking about things that we could do that would be a draw, and I think we have a great opportunity to do that.
And the Marriott sales manager is looking forward to the large-scale projects as well, including the Irving Music Factory, scheduled to open later this year. He says it will bring a boost.
A lot more association business is what we are predicting, hoping for at our hotel. You know, associations kind of look for ancillary things to do on their downtime. It's going to make a huge impact in that area.
So when I was in there listening to all the things that are going on in Irving, I'm like, wow, I never heard of that. So I'm excited.
1, 2, 3.
Bruce Wolpert's business is called Picture This Green Screen. It depends on visitors to the city.
So it's kind of all what you're about. Yes, conventions coming to town, plus hotels themselves.
And on this day, he's giving attendees a souvenir photo.
This is our GM of my hotel, the Hyatt House Las Colinas, and he's just a baller. He runs the place.
A souvenir photo that might also on this day be called a love note, celebrating the relationship between the city and its visitor industry.
It's really great to know that the city's behind you and what you're doing. It's really nice to know that they support us.
Good event there, and stick around because at the end of City Source, we'll show you the CVB's annual recap video that was featured at that luncheon. It's always fun to watch, very fast-paced, and it's just a few minutes away. Here's what else is coming up at the Convention Center. March 4th is the North Texas Teen Book Festival. Organizers expect more than 10,000 people for that. March 10th and 11th is the robotics competition called FIRST. That one always gets loud, crazy, and fun. March 17th through 19th, the DFW Golf Show returns. For ticket prices on all public events, visit irvingconventioncenter.com/events. And it won't be long before we'll again be covering the Irving Marathon. If you have thought about participating, this is the time to sign up. Runners can choose courses ranging from a 1-mile fun run to a full marathon. It is a qualifier for the prestigious Boston Marathon and a fundraiser for Canine Companions for Independence. The Irving Marathon is set for Sunday, April 2nd, and registration fees increase on March 1st. Find information at irvingmarathon.com. The city's aquatics program for children with special needs is back for another season. It's called Aquastars and gives the young people a chance to enjoy the water with their caregivers. For now, it's at the Heritage Aquatic Center, and it's expected to move outdoors to the West Irving Aquatic Center in the summer. Both pools have features to make them accessible to people who might have mobility challenges, and lifeguards will keep close watch. Here are some of the upcoming dates for Aquastars. It starts at 11:30 a.m. on those days. Aquastars cost $1. And here's a way to get an inside look at a state historic landmark. The Heritage House will resume its monthly Sunday guided tours on March 5th. The home provides a glimpse into how one of Irving's early families lived 100 years ago. In back, the reconstructed Playhouse will also be open. The Heritage House is located at 303 South O'Connor Road, and the tours run from 3 until 5 p.m., and it is free. Time now for our Pets of the Week. JP Zavala is at the Animal Care Campus.
We're at the Animal Care Campus with Michael Whiteside. Michael, who's this active hybrid little guy?
This is Anderson. He is only about a year old. He's very obviously a Doberman mix. He is very much a puppy. He has a lot of energy, but as you can see, if you give him a little bit of petting, he will just kind of roll back and be your best friend. He's very active, very friendly. But he is going to need a family that either has a yard or, goes on walks and takes him around, because he is going to need a little bit of exercise.
He did a really good job of calming down here. He was giving everybody kisses before we started.
Yeah, and that's kind of how he is. Once he gets a little bit of that energy out of his system, he just kind of wants to hang out and be close to people and just enjoy himself. He did come in as a stray, so we don't really know much about his history, but from everything we've seen here with the interaction with volunteers and staff, he's just been an incredible, incredible dog.
All right, Michael, and this is?
This is Snooki. Snooki is about 4 years old. She is a lab boxer mix, and she was surrendered about a month ago because the owner couldn't afford her any longer. And I believe she did come in with some puppies that she had. So she has had puppies. That's been taken care of, so she's been spayed already. And she is just a really friendly girl.
And she's a beautiful dog.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. A lot of people tend to overlook black dogs, but she really is friendly, and she's fantastic with people. We actually took her to an event last week where there were like 300 people in the same room, and everybody fell in love with Snooki.
Well, it's not hard to fall in love with her. She's just so calm and just friendly dog,
Yeah, I mean, she does still have some, she does still like to get active occasionally, but at 4 years old, she knows pretty well when to calm down, and she just loves being around people, for sure.
There you go, Snooki giving me big hugs. Yeah. I love you too, Snooki. All right, Michael, and this cute girl is?
This is Brooke. She's about 3 years old. She's a Chihuahua Terrier mix that she came into the city side of the shelter as a stray about 2 weeks ago, but was never reclaimed, so now she's available for adoption. She's very, very sweet and friendly. She's a little unsure of the cameras right now, but once you get her out, she just wants to run around and just enjoy spending time outside.
So she likes to have fun when she's out there running around.
Oh yeah, when I was walking her on the leash, she was bouncing and wagging her tail, so she's really friendly and really good with people from what we've seen, so she's going to make a perfect addition to anybody's family.
All right, thanks, Michael. And back to you, Thomas.
All right, always a good selection, JP. Thank you. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. More jobs are coming to Irving. On the next City Source, find out who is hiring. Also, a quad rugby tournament returns to Irving. We're going to show you all about that sport, see some of the incredible action, and meet some of the inspiring athletes. Earlier, we showed you the work on the Campion Trail, and here's another trail getting an upgrade. See where this work is happening next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/the City of Irving. And how about subscribing to our channel while you're there? And we close today with a few minutes more content for you, a recap of 2016 for the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau. Enjoy.
Fest, a lot of people have the hottest that's going to burn their mouth, burn their faces off, and that's great.
We definitely will come back. Irving is just an awesome place, and this convention center is just so welcoming to everybody.
We're excited. This is the first time we're doing it in Irving.
We're really happy with the facility. It's actually working out better than our expectation. I think our people are happy.
Certainly this building benefits, but Irving's hotels are benefiting, Irving's restaurants are benefiting, Irving's suppliers are benefiting. It's doing exactly what it should do.
It's just kind of cool to come here and have all these people who we're friends with and are nerdy, and you can just like be nerdy together and nobody cares.
We at Recruit Military love Irving Convention Center. We come here 3 or 4 times a year because it's centrally located in the Metroplex. It's a great facility.
The competition, I think, is amazing. It's overwhelming.
Exciting, invigorating, amazing.
We are expanding our program. We have 75 authors, which is more than last year.
Of course, we're already thinking, like, what are we going to do next year? How are we going to grow it?
This type of event is exactly what this convention center was built for. It is a 4-day event with 500 people.
They've been a wonderful host so far, and we're very happy with the location, and we're certainly looking forward to coming back.
It's really like a combination of some of the EDM festivals, maybe on a little bit smaller scale.
The idea behind that is to leave everybody speechless.
And it's just a cool building, too.
We have our disco lights on, our cool new LED lights outside that are programmable and can change colors.
It's always a wonderful occasion to see everybody come out and watch some phenomenal golf.
We have created an Irving Circle right as you come into the main entrance.
We're here to remind them that they're in Irving, Texas, and there's cool things in Irving to even come back to once they leave the event. I'm kind of a surfer girl today, and I'm supporting the paddleboarding experience in Irving. They can take a picture with our hunky gondolier.
Some have asked, how much is it? Where is it? Are you the driver? I'm like, no.
We just came from Abilene, so we come in to run the Irving race every year.
I live in Florida.
From Massachusetts, here to support my son in his first marathon.
We're looking forward to 2017. We're really excited to continue growing on what we built here.
It's great. I mean, not many people get to do what we do. I enjoy it. I get to be in places like Irving, Texas.
We are so excited to be able to host this tournament. It's really big for the city of Irving.
This is my favorite race. I love lakes. It's like being in a big bathtub.
I've done this for the last 4 years. They put on a very good race.
And it's so fun watching kids get involved in the sport. I got a lot of little guys with half the length of my legs passing me on the run like crazy.
We're excited about them coming to see Irving.
Anything involved with the development of project, the biggest players in the industry are here.
And we want to work with you. It's a great view. It's just so exciting to see it going up.
It's been fantastic getting to know Mara. We're very much looking forward to the coordination with the convention center.
And we are very excited about what this project means to the community.
This is going to attract tens of thousands of new visitors into this city each and every year, specifically to be able to come to our convention center and stay at our hotel.
Water Street is going up as well. It's so exciting to see all this construction in the Irving Center.
Irving's a great location, right in the hub of so many businesses. The DFW airport being just a few miles away.
We have free Coronas, and yes, we have free tequilas for everybody.
We want to kind of relieve their stress, and we want to leave them with a very good impression of Dallas-Fort Worth Airport and our cities.
We're at the Irving Convention Center, and we are kicking off National Dog Day.
This is a great place to do it.
Show me the money, yeah!
It felt really good to be able to do something that would help the tide rise in all of Irving.
I hope people come out of this with a feeling that Irving is a great place.
There are lots of places I had never seen and wasn't aware of, so really cool.